Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braj Janaranjana Jamunatira Vanchari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Jai Shri Radha Madhav Bhagwan ki Jai Lakshmi Singh Bhagwan ki Jai Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Patith Pavan Shripad Maharaj ki Jai Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Taturjayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 1, Text 6. Nirguno api hi ajo avaktyo Bhagavan prakritihi paraha Swamaya gudam avishya Badhya badhaktam gataha. Translation and purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, is always transcendental to material qualities, and therefore he is called Nirguna or without qualities. Because he is unborn, he does not have a material body to be subjected to attachment and hatred. Although the Lord is always above material existence, through his spiritual potency he appeared and acted like an ordinary human being, accepting duties and obligation apparently like a conditioned soul. Purport. So-called attachment, detachment, and obligations pertain to the material nature, which is an emanation from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But whenever the Lord descends and acts in this material world, he does so in his spiritual position. Although his activities materially appear different, spiritually they are absolute and non-different. Thus it is an imposition upon the Supreme Lord to say that he is envious of anyone or friendly to anyone. Next. In Bhagavad Gita 9:11, the Lord clearly says, Avajananti mam mudha manushim tanum ashritam. Fools deride me when I descend in a human form. Krishna appears on this earth or within this universe without any change in his spiritual body or spiritual qualities. Indeed, he is never influenced by the material qualities. He is always free from such qualities. He appears to act under material influence. This understanding is aropita, or an imposition. Therefore, Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam. Whatever he does, being a Scroll down, please. Being always transcendental, where is it gone? Has nothing to do with material qualities. Evam yo veti tattvata. Only devotees can understand the truth of how he acts. The fact is that Krishna is never partial to anyone. He is always equal to everyone. But because of imperfect vision influenced by material qualities, one imposes material qualities upon Krishna, and when one does so, he becomes a Mudha or fool. When one can properly understand the truth, one becomes devoted and nirguna, free from material qualities. Simply by understanding the activities of Krishna, one can become transcendental. And as soon as one is transcendental, he is fit to be transferred to the transcendental world. Tyaktva deham punarjanma nayati mam etisu Arjuna. One who understands the activities of the Lord in truth is transferred to the spiritual world after he gives up his material body. Om Gyantimirandasya Gyananjan Salakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Niti Namine Nama Sadbhakta Manaya Manipurud Bhavaya Cha Prabhupada Sadvani Prachara Niritayate. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everyone. Please bless me, all Maharaji, all Vaishnavas, all the audience. Please bless me. So, Lord is not impartial. This canto is called as Uti. Like the previous canto was termed as Poshan. Poshan means the protection by the Lord. And Uti means inclination to do something. So where does Lord get his inclination to do his pastimes? Or what possibly could be the motivation behind Lord's pastimes? What could be the motivation of his favoring demigods and disfavoring demons? And sometimes the tables are turned. Sometimes he favors demons and disfavors demigods. What is the motivation behind all these things? So therefore this canto is termed as Uti. What propels the Lord? Because Lord is a person, and a person, he's a original person, Govindam Adi Purusham. So whatever we see in us, they should be in him, except ignorance, in totality. So our karma, our uti is ignorance. Ignorance is to enjoy separately from Krishna. And that's why when we are in this material world, we try to enjoy by harboring love or hatred, right? So we enjoy hatred, we enjoy love, or attachment, or detachment. So all these are again not random. They are there are many agents which kind of facilitate this. And the cause being karma and guna, and prakriti with time arrange them. Our inclination, our motivation to do anything, that is our uti. So we have attachment and detachment. We have friends and foes, friends and enemies. So there, the cause is ignorance. That is the impetus. That is what is giving us impetus, all this pile. But what possibly could be the uti in Lord? The Lord is also a person, original person. So in him also, these things should be there, impetus. But then his impetus cannot be a material impetus. Ignorance definitely cannot be there. And this Maya, which actually gets her impetus from him, she is also unable to give him any uti. And definitely then the three modes are the different armors, different artifacts of this Maya material energy. They also cannot decide the uti in the Lord. So essentially, what is the inclination for Lord's activities? Right? So the activities which are apparent, or which have apparent conclusions, which we derive when we say he's favoring demigods, because he's favoring demigods and he's disfavoring demons. That is also not a proper justification, because many times the demigods are also defeated. In that case, Lord actually favors demons and disfavors demigods. So therefore, his vision is equal. So his favoring demigod or disfavoring demons is definitely not a justified uti, justified motivation. One cannot say that a Lord comes again and again to protect the demigods, because many times it is seen that demigods themselves are defeated. So therefore, saving the demigods is definitely not the real motivation. So what is the real motivation for Lord's pastimes? Real motivation is Bhaktivedanta. That is what Acharyas are telling. His Bhaktivedanta is the real uti, real motivation. The devotees are so contritely endeared to him, and he so himself very contritely endeared to devotees. In Krishna's conscience, there is absolutely nothing. I mean, there is definitely a lot of things, but when I say nothing means the topmost priority is always Vatsalta, which is constantly flowing for his devotees. That is his real inclination, impetus, right? What compels Lord to act? Bhaktivatsalta. What compels Lord to favor demigods? Bhaktivatsalta. What compels Lord to sometimes favor demons? Bhaktivatsalta. This is how we should connect the dot. So therefore, this statement that the Lord is impartial from the real angle, real perspective, actually this angle is also not very true. Because Lord is definitely partial, but partial to demigods? No. To whom? Devotees. Bhakt Vatsal. Vatsal means partial. Favor. Always he showers favors on the devotees. Right? So from the material angle, apparently, he's he seems to be having this inequality, but then that can be justified by saying that he is equal because sometimes the demons are victorious and demigods they are defeated. So to justify that, yeah, so we say Lord is equal, and this is one understanding. And then we say Nirgun, equal vision. But when we go one level above, Janma Karma Chami Divyam. So in that Nirgun, in that apparently equal vision, when we try to fathom out or try to ferret the real angle, right, then we find to our surprise and our delight actually that actually in the strictest sense, Lord is not impartial. Lord is very much partial towards his devotees, Bhaktivatsal. So therefore in upcoming many shlokas, it will be explained why Lord enters into Sattva-guna, which means he gives his power to Sattva-guna, and that the demigods are in plenty. When he gives his power to Rajoguna, then demons are in plenty. Tamoguna, then yakshas and all these people are in plenty. So this all these arrangements are for the Bhaktivatsalta. That is the idea. So when sometimes Krishna, many times Krishna is seen to favor demigods, it is because not because demigods are good and sattva guna, no, because some demigods they are actually Krishna bhakt, right? Actually, demigods are also Krishna bhakt, Mishrit bhakt. It is because of their bhakti. Generally, demigods are obedient to the Lord. This obedience is what Krishna likes, and but the same demigods, when they commit offense, against Brihaspati or against other devotees, then the same demigods, they're deprived of the favor. Because the because Krishna being very Bhaktavatsal, he just cannot stand off and is committed to his devotee. And in those cases, then the demons are victorious. Right. So in this way, we should connect the dots. If as long as we don't bring Bhaktvatsalta, we will never be able to understand this equality or this variegatedness in his being, where sometimes the demons are also given energy by him only. After all, demons are also getting their energy from Krishna only. When they defeat demigods, it means they have energy. So that energy is given by Krishna. But all these varieties of pastimes are there so that a beautiful story can be built up, which can then later be relished by sadhak bhakta and even Paramahamsas. The only thing which is in conscience of Krishna is this only. So, like for example, when a movie maker makes a movie, the only thing in his mind is to give joy to the audience. Because more audience means more money. So audience vatsalta. And for that, the same director, he instructs the hero as well as the villain, the supporting cast, hero, villain. He wants everyone to play their roles perfectly. He gives money. Obviously, producer gives money, which means he only is giving these people the energies, their their reasons to act their part the best way. Villain, hero, supporting cast, right? They should play all their cast, all their roles to their utmost justification so the audience can enjoy. This is how our acharyas are telling that when these demigods, they are getting their energy, demons, they are getting their energy. Sometimes demigods are winning. Sometimes when the tables are turned, demons are winning. All these are only a setup to facilitate awe and reverence, all these different kind of rasas in many demigods, in many devotees who are present then, and many upcoming devotees. The devotees being the audience. And what is the wealth? Like the audience gives money. What is the money by the devotees? Their prem, bhakti ras, bhakti. Krishna has also got a sheer greed because Krishna is a person. His uti, his greed is to, uh, what is his greed? Money? No. His greed is this prem by his devotees. When the devotees, when the devotees contemplate on these pastimes of Lord, and when they understand that Lord is actually performing all these pastimes only for our relishment, our contemplation, our joy, then the devotee's heart is filled with so much love. Janma karma cha me divyam. When the devotee understands this real uti, motivation behind his various pastimes like janma karma, janma, his appearance and disappearance. Karma means his favoring or disfavoring demigods or favoring or disfavoring demons. Because a devotee is a devotee, he understands the reason is that because the Lord is doing all these things only for me. So when the devotee he realizes this point, then his heart is filled with so much of bhav. And these bhav are the sheer greed for Krishna. Krishna always wants more and more bhav in his devotees so that he himself can go and taste that bhav. That is a sheer greed and a sheer uti in the Lord. So this chapter, this 7th canto onwards, it will become very, very important cantos, because now here more digging will start. Digging into what? Digging into the personality of Krishna. Digging more and more traits or tenets of his will be exposed out. In the previous canto is Than, Poshanam and all those. It was actually in all the cantos, but it's classified. In the previous canto, it was more of Krishna as a giver. Now from here onwards, Krishna is like now a taker. Krishna is a demander. Krishna's greed. And, Krishna is a person. So that's what separates Bhagavatam from other Puranas. In all other Puranas, therein it is mentioned that Krishna is a boon giver. He is a giver. In Bhagavatam only, a complete picture of Krishna, Bhagwan is presented. Where Krishna, more than giver, he also being a person, he also has a aspect, expectation in Krishna. In Bhuti, motivation, greed. His greed. What is his greed? What does he want? So from this canto onwards, it will grow and grow and grow. In 10th canto, it will like the highest, and 11th canto, 10th, until end. We should like fasten our belts and try to relish this aspect of Krishna now onwards. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. I don't have much. Suddenly I got an aura attack when I was doing the class.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. That's nice class. Yeah, if anyone is having any questions regarding today's class, they can raise the hand and ask His Grace Srikant Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Your question is not very audible to me.
Let us take question from our Bhagavatam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Very nice class. Do you hear me?
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, very nice class. And you gave a very appropriate base for the next cantos, starting from this. So here, I mean, I felt from the class that the personal form of God, Krishna, is starting to evolve. Yeah, that we understand from this. But can
Our
we say?
understanding,
Yeah. And
our understanding should evolve. Yeah.
yeah. Here we say Krishna is a person, but I mean there are a lot of debate on this, but still I do not fully realize that Krishna is a person, the Krishna who appeared as son of Nanda Maharaj, or yeah. But when we say we are person, does this mean our soul is a person, or
Yes.
we have the? Yeah. Okay. So
Soul
that
is a
means
person.
okay.
Is the question complete?
And the question I have is, if somebody releases something, or Krishna wants this bhakti, so that means the the devotion is important, not the devotees, isn't it? Correct?
Uh,
Because
devotion. How can you expect devotion without devotees?
yeah, like the demigods and demons, when we say the demons devotion, if they start, then they also get the favor. So that means the devotion is more important than the devotees. Could you?
Devotion is more important than the demigods.
Yes. Yes, that also is true.
Devotion and demigod, devotion and devotee, they are synonymous, right? Krishna always
It's not
wants
exactly.
to, no, Krishna always wants to enhance the devotion in his devotees. I understood your question, but this is a real beauty with Krishna's pastime. He sometimes seemed to be causing problem to his own devotees. He sometimes sends a devotee, Maharaj Chitraketu, became Vritrasu. Bharat Maharaj became a deer. Pandavas. So in this way, it seems that he is causing more and more problem to his devotees. And but basic agenda is that through this kind of little bit of setback, the devotion in these devotees it increases million trillion times. And this devotion, when it increases million trillion times, it gives joy to both the devotees and definitely Krishna. ये कृष्णा का एक तरह का एक तरह का ग्रीड है कि वो अपने भक्तों में डिवोशन बढ़ाना चाहते हैं. Like the producer wants more and more money from the audience. Krishna wants more and more devotion in his devotees. Actually, everyone. ये भगवान का यहाँ से ग्रीड झलकता है भगवान का. लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि डिवोटी के बारे में टेक्स केयर ऑफ डिवोटीज. Definitely he takes care of his devotees, because who will then shower his love on him? Why does he take care of devotees? Because then who will shower? Where will I get my bhakti from? That is Krishna as a person. So till now we have understood the Poshan aspect. In the Poshan aspect we understood that he was protecting his devotees. So it may appear that it is an acknowledgement. But from this canto Uti, more than acknowledgement, it is his own motivation is to taste more and more love in the heart of the devotees. And this is what pleases the devotee also very much. That Krishna is relishing more and more love from me. This is like motivation for both. So there is no contradiction. And by the way, when you said that you were not able to connect that personal feature in Krishna more, that will take time. That's why Bhagavan says, Janma Karma Chamiti, only very rare people will understand this. Very rarely people will be able to realize, connect to this. Those pure devotees only can relish this extremely sentient and sentient form of Krishna with these aspects now. It will take time. We are only speaking what
But I
we
mean,
have been taught.
The basis for the question is God takes other forms also, not only let's say the person form. So that means
What other forms?
yeah, let's say Baraha, Nrsimha. So the other forms.
Everyone is a person.
Sorry.
So they are person, right?
Yeah. Mm.
Varaha, Matsya, everyone is a person. Every form is taken to give joy to the heart of devotees. As Matsya, Lord gave joy to Satyavrata. Satyavrata, right? Maharaj Satyavrata and other. As Varaha Avatar, he gave joy to Bhudevi and definitely all the demigods. As Narsingh Bhagwan, he came only for protecting Prahlad Maharaj. He did not come to protect the demigods and all this. Only for causing uh, pleasure in the heart of Dhruv Maharaj. That became his impetus to come and appear as Narsingh Bhagwan.
Yes,
Okay?
Prabhuji. Yeah, very nice. Thank you very much. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Anyone else would like to ask any further questions? Elamur Maharaj, please.
धन्यवाद प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
Dandavat Pranam Maharaj Ji. Hare Krishna.
ये जो
I am waiting for Maharaj Ji.
गुरु को
Raja,
The voice,
तात्कालिक
आवाज
गुरु
voice is breaking.
गुरु को जाना है
आवाज ठीक से
तो
नहीं आ
एक
रहा है
मिनट
महाराज।
एक मिनट प्रेजेंट को कैसे सिलेक्ट करें तात्कालिक व समसामयिक अभी अभी हम लोग कैसे एक व्यक्ति को गुरु हिसाब से स्वीकार करेंगे
कुछ समझ में नहीं आया मुझे।
महाराज आप पूरा एक बार रिपीट करना चाहिए।
तत्कालीन व समसामयिक गुरु व प्रेजेंट गुरु को कैसे ग्रहण करे, कैसे सिलेक्ट करे, ये व्यक्ति गुरु है, गुरु का लायक है।
Okay, how to choose a guru?
Choose a guru, actually
How we can
choose a guru,
identify?
हाँ चूज अ गुरु हम अपने दृष्टिकोण से, इग्नोरेंस, हमारा इतना इंटेलिजेंस नहीं है। चूज अ गुरु, राइट। उसके लिए लेकिन कुछ बायोमार्कर्स हैं, जैसे हम लोग सिम्टम्स हैं, गुरु महाराज के सिम्टम्स उपदेशामृत में दिए गए हैं कि he should have control on his वाणी and control on his udar, right, which means he speaks only about Krishna, he takes only Krishna prasad, he acts only for Krishna, he acts only for his Guru Maharaj. His whole personality is Krishna oriented, Guru Maharaj oriented. So with these we can get some hints. We should have a great fervor and a prayerful mood. We should daily pray to Krishna every time that we want to serve such a pure devotee of yours. We should with great fervor. And then Krishna sends that pure devotee to us. We don't select or choose. It will come by Krishna's arrangement. कुछ तो कृष्णा को भी करना होगा ना, हम सब कुछ नहीं। स्पिरिचुअलिटी में actually we are so materially afflicted that this most, in fact, any baby step in transcendence we cannot take. So therefore it all starts with kripa, Bhagavad kripa. From it, that only takes us further and further. So therefore this choosing guru, it will definitely, in most cases, it will fail, because we will be using our aberrant or materially afflicted vision to choose one from another, and this will always fail us. But if we pray to Krishna very fervently, then Krishna, who is Achyut, Krishna never fails. He will definitely send a pure devotee, and he will send a pure devotee, and he will send a trigger also in our heart that hey, he is a pure devotee, he's our Guru Maharaj now. So that will definitely happen. And definitely in such pure devotee we can see these, if you want to validate, we can definitely validate with this sloka of Upteshamrit that he is having all these symptoms, and we will definitely see all those symptoms in a pure representative of Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Anyone else would like to ask any further question? So please. Yeah, Prabhu. So there are no further questions.
Okay.
Yeah. Shall we wind up or?
Yeah, you can wind up. Yes.
Okay.
Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki.
Govind Maharaj.
There are some.
Maharaj. Yeah.
You can take Lama Maharaj, but I think Maharaj has got something to add.
Lama Maharaj, आप बोलिए.
Hare Krishna. Wonderful.
Dandavat Pranam, Maharaj.
Dandavat Pranam. So the time has changed in the class
Yes, Maharaj.
because when I joined 10:30, it was almost question and answer started. So what time the class starts now? Nowadays?
Indian time 7:30.
Or we moved back to half an hour.
Half an
That's
hour. Half
wonderful.
an hour.
Yeah, that's progression. That's wonderful. Yeah, I like the answer gave to Neelambar Maharaj's question. I just wish to add one perspective. It's a similar. Yeah, it is definitely when we become interested in Krishna, then and when we are ready, then Krishna appears, as we know. He, when Krishna wants to meet us, he comes and meets us through the spiritual master. So it's a revelation. The mundane intelligence cannot figure out because Guru means who is transcendental. You cannot say perfect Guru or imperfect Guru. But there is one thing which is observable. That is that one who has been a perfect disciple is eligible to be accepted as a guru. In the sense, how one qualifies to be a perfect disciple or good disciple if he has endeared himself to his Sri Guru. So of course we follow the parampara. So in the parampara, anybody who appears to be worthy of becoming a spiritual master, and spiritual master is one principle appearing in different persons. So there could be different spiritual master for a different candidate depending on his connection. But the fundamental thing is that he has endeared himself to his Sri Guru. That is the most important criterion to establish, because parampara is very essential. If a person is not in parampara, otherwise just becoming self-made or self-propagated authority, then it may appear very fantastic, but the connection, the thread, the real mercy principle which you said would be maybe missing. Of course, there is Krishna can do sometimes inconceivable things, but ultimately it has to be the revelation in the heart, as it happens to all of us. It overpowers, it transcends our mundane intelligence. The revelation comes here. This is whom we want to serve, or I want to serve.
Hare Krishna.
That feeling naturally comes in the heart. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj. Beautiful insertion. Very nice.
नीलांबर महाराज जी, आप अभी अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं.
ठीक है प्रभु. जय जगन्नाथ.
जय जगन्नाथ.
Jai. सनातन प्रभु.
यस प्रभु जी.
वाइंड अप करेंगे.
या
ठीक है. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. पतित पावन श्रीपाद महाराज की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. जय जय जय.
His Grace Srikant Prabhu ki jai. Thank you all for
Jai
joining.
Jai Jai.
See you all in tomorrow's class. Hare Krishna.